I thought, ooh, who's she talking about? Is that me? Who did you choose to know? Oh my gosh. Hope I can deliver. Oh, I can't tell you how blessed I feel to be here. Spirit works in wondrous ways. Oh my goodness. I'll be honest, I had no idea that the second week of Advent is about peace. How perfect is that? Since I was a child, my goal was to see world peace in my lifetime, and it's part of why we worked on the Peace Walk together, and it's part of why I teach mindfulness, because when we all find peace within ourselves, and we bring peace into the world. And everything is so incredibly perfect. As I was listening to the lyrics of Anthony's song and singing those songs, it's like, oh, let me be your voice. And I thought, I have pages of speech that I wrote here, and I don't even know if I can just, even go there, because Spirit wants to come through me, sing through me. So I will stick to this plan at least, and say that we live in an incredibly stressful world. As I was driving to work and watching people Zooms, or if you're driving to work, yeah, well, this is kind of it. This is what I do for a living, so this feels like driving to work, but work is play and love for me. So as I was driving here, I'm watching people in their big hurry, cutting people off, and thinking about how incredibly fast-paced this world is. Everybody's going. There's so much to do, so much to fit into each and every day, that it makes us a little crazy sometimes. And I wondered, how do we get to this place of being so incredibly fast-paced? And I thought, I'm going to be dating myself by asking this question, but how many of you remember the day when you actually had to handwrite a letter, fold it out, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, put it in a mailbox, and wait for two or 3 weeks for it to get to where it was going, yes? Yeah. So that seems crazy and ludicrous in this day and age. Well, for one thing, the post office doesn't take 2 or 3 weeks anymore. It's all automated, so their goal is to have it in 2 days, and everything is so much faster. It happens so much faster. And I remember very distinctly the day that began to change. I was working at a mom-and-pop printing shop in Edmonton, and a sales rep came in, and he told me all about this amazing, miraculous machine that was going to be introduced into our businesses. He said, you're going to be able to take that letter and put it in that machine, and within a few minutes, I can receive that letter in my office. I thought he was pulling my leg. This was totally incredible. How could that be? Put a piece of paper here and it comes out there? That's amazing. But it turned out it was very real. Yes, the facsimile machine was very real. Right? The fax machine, it started everything in this process of speeding things up. We went from the fax machine to cell phones to the internet to like everything. Go, create this false sense of urgency. This false sense of urgency. Because we could receive information within seconds, we began to believe that we need to transmit and receive that within seconds. So there we are, 100 miles an hour. And what happens when we're going 100 miles an hour? We know, we miss what's going on. We get really stressed, we get wound up, and we get into it. And it makes me shake my head when I think about what an incredibly stressful world we live in. And then we take this incredibly stressful world and make it even more stressful because of a date on the calendar. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? December 25th, Christmas. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. And I have to tell you, I actually almost got caught in that Christmas stress thing myself a couple of weeks ago. I'm happily going along, doing my merry thing. And then my husband says to me, oh, I talked to Sherry, his sister, whom we're going to go visit for Christmas. I talked to Sherry and we're going to do stocking stuffers this year. Oh my gosh, what? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. There's like 14 people there. I haven't seen half of them since the wedding last November, and oh no, I don't know what to get anybody. And that's crazy. Like, Sherry's the sort of person that, I mean, Body Shop products and the stockings. I mean, when we grew up, it was like an orange and a chocolate and a tiny little toy, and that was but no, now I'm gonna have this big deal. Like, thank you very much. You just made Christmas so stressful. And then the mindfulness coach kicked in. Thank you. Wait a minute. Okay, first step, breathe. Okay, wait, before I take you through these steps that I do my own little personal mindfulness coach, how about you play with this a little bit? Let your mind run amok. You know, just go into it. What are all the things that you have to do? What are you all stressed about this crazy Christmas holiday season? Maybe you have to spend a whole bunch of time with family that you don't even like. Or maybe you don't know what to get Aunt Gertrude. Or you don't know what to plan for the big Christmas dinner. Or, you know, we can get ourselves pretty worked up. So, when you notice that happening, when I notice that happening, what do? Breathe. In my mindfulness classes, I say, what do? Breathe. Some people look at me like, that's nuts. Of course I breathe. I breathe every minute of every day. Yes, of course you do. You breathe every minute of every day. But do you pay attention to that breath? Because breath is life itself. When we're paying attention to breathing, we're paying attention to our life. So take your time. Do this with me. Take a nice, slow breath in. And just hold it at the top there for a minute. Ooh, feel that. Life inside, and then side out. Breathe it in. Hold it. And take twice as long to sigh it out. And I'll tell you, physiologically, there's a lot of good stuff that's going on when you breathe in through your nose. And you hold that breath for a little bit at the top. And then breathe out through your mouth for twice as long as you breathe in. Better already, yeah? What happens when you're conscious to the breath? That helps you calm down a little. Helps you be a little more present. And actually that becomes my second step as my mindfulness coach. My second step is to be really present here and now, not just with my breath, but with my senses. I mean, right where you are, what do you see? Maybe you see the candles, you see all these lovely decorations. Maybe you're seeing this beautiful, bright outfit that I'm wearing. Oh, there it is. Somebody asked if I was going to talk about the story about this outfit. And I said, I don't know, I haven't found out. We'll see if it shows up. There it is. The first time I went to India 9 years ago, I went with my backpack and had some amazing, amazing experiences. And one of the experiences was that I hired a car to take me to another city. And the fellow who arranged the really good deal for me for the car, don't pay that travel agent. No, I'll get you a better deal for the car. So time, yeah, okay, fine, trust, yes, get in the car. And then he gets in the car. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And he's like, well, today's my day off, so you guys are going to just drop me off on the way home. And then we're going to stop and pick up the travel agent, and we're going to take him home too. Well, they didn't tell me that him home was like 2 hours out of the way from where I was going. So anyway, okay, so we're going to have a couple extra hours on this trip. And at this point, I really, really wanted to take home some Indian suits. I wanted to wear Indian suits for the remainder of my time in India. And I hadn't been able to find any ready-made suits because, of course, in India, you go to a tailor and they make something for you. And I hadn't had that opportunity because I was running on a pretty tight itinerary. So I was telling this fellow this, and he said, no worries. So he takes me shopping to in his village of Chhatapur, which they don't ever experience white people. So I was really the focus of attention in this place. And he bought me this beautiful, beautiful suit. And I was just so incredibly grateful. And it reminds me of all the opportunities that I had to be so very, very present when I was in India, present to the moment, present to everything that was happening there. And that was before I even knew what mindfulness was. So this is my dressing in this way as my beautiful reminder. And sometimes we need reminders. We need reminders to slow down, to breathe, to be present. So what do you see? What do you hear? What do you hear right now? I hear the hum of the projector. I hear rustling. Somebody using some tissue. What do you hear? And what are you feeling? What are your hands touching right now in this moment? Are you feeling your own skin as your hands are together? Feeling the cloth under your hands because your hands are in your lap? Or the cloth of this shirt where your arms are crossed? What are you feeling? What do you smell? What do you taste? Some of you might have been sipping coffee. Maybe there's still a little aftertaste of that coffee. How often do you do this? Just stop and really use all those senses to let yourself be right here, right now, in this moment. Not often enough. That's my experience. Just not often enough. So there I am being my consciousness coach. Breathe. Use my senses. Be really present to this moment. That takes care of the first half of mindfulness. That being fully present to the moment. And then I want to step into the next part of mindfulness, which not a lot of people are aware of. Mindfulness is not just about being fully present to the moment, but in non-judgmental awareness. To be able to be here now without saying, here now is good or bad or ugly or beautiful or up or down or in or out. It just is. What's here right now just is. So let's go back to my freak out over Sherry's Christmas stockings example. And if I decided to just stop and take a look at the assumptions and the judgments that I was making around that whole scenario, what was I assuming and judging? Oh, I assumed that I'm really lousy at gift giving. I assumed that I would have a very difficult time finding gifts for 14 people. I even expected that others would have expectations about my gift giving and would judge me, that the things that I would normally buy are puny and tiny and don't measure up, right? All of that stuff is just stories that I'm making up in my head. There probably isn't an ounce of truth in any one of those things, yet they became very real for me as I made up all those stories. The thoughts kind of run amok. They get bigger, and the thoughts get more seemingly real, and yet they're just assumptions and judgments. What if I chose to look at those assumptions and judgments, thoughts, stories, as if they were clouds? Clouds in the sky of my mind. I could just let those clouds float right by without latching onto them, without focusing on them and paying attention to them. Or I can really pay attention to them and let them drag me into a dark, stormy day. So I invite you to think about those stories in your head. Just clouds. Let them float by. And then, my last phase of being my mindfulness coach. Gratitude. What can I be grateful in that scenario? Not the, oh my gosh, I have to buy all these stocking stuffers and la 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 la. Grateful that it gives me the opportunity to really reflect on each of the 14 people who are going to be there at Sherry's for Christmas. What do I know about them? What would they really like? what would represent them and who they are? And I could look at this as being grateful for the opportunity to do some Christmas shopping with my hubby. We don't shop much together anymore. When we first moved to Calgary, we had nothing to do. We had no community. We had no family. We moved here 20 years ago, and it was just us. So we spent every weekend window shopping and walking in parks and doing all those wonderful things. And I was like, wow, we could go back to that. We could go shopping together for Christmas gifts and just have fun people watching and having tea and sitting and watching the world go by and maybe laugh at all the hustle and bustle and how worked up everybody else is while we're sitting there calmly enjoying it. And then I could be grateful for the opportunity that maybe it's not even about Christmas shopping, but it's about being creative. And I could actually make gifts. I love to bake, I love to craft, I love to write. Maybe I could write a little poem for each of those people and put it in their stocking. There's so many opportunities that could come up. So much to be grateful for out of what a moment ago was a really big, icky, scary kind of scenario. Ah, mindfulness, this is beautiful. It turned that stressful into, wow, this is so great. So quickly, so easily, just through breathing, being present to the moment, noticing what's an assumption, what's a judgment. It's like I had the opportunity to be my own mindfulness coach, and you have the opportunity to be your own mindfulness coach. And I'm grateful that I'm at this place in the consciousness arena. And I would invite you to take away that imagery. Imagine a ring, you know, a boxer's ring that's all roped off. And when you're in there ready to fight because those thoughts are taking you into that wow kind of place. Whoop, sorry, we knew it was going to happen sooner or later. There we are. I can go ding, 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 off into the corner. Breathe. Just breathe, be present to the moment. And let Spirit guide me into, I can ask, Spirit, show me, where are the judgments and the assumptions? Help me to let them go. Show me where I can be grateful. That place of oneness is where we find that peace. And when I play the role of consciousness coach, and I ring the bell and I take myself into those steps, I allow myself to become more connected to the very essence of who I am, the Spirit, the divine love energy that lives in all of us. So, when we're in that place of acknowledgement of the divine love that is within, we're in that place of peace. We're in that place of our true divine nature. Love, the essence of love, of joy, of goodness. And life feels marvelous. So that's how we take the stress out of Christmas. It's just be mindful. Be present. Find the joy in what's here right now. Have any of you ever felt an amazing moment of joy where you felt so joyful inside it brought tears to your eyes? Yes. And where were you in those moments? Were you thinking about the past or worrying about the future? No, you were just right there in that moment. In that moment when we were singing those beautiful songs, Sing Through Me, Heal Through Me, Love Through Me, there were tears in my eyes. I felt so grateful just to be here, hear the music and see all of this beautifulness and feel not only physically, tangibly, but feel the love of this warm, welcoming community. Wow. It's only when we slow down and are present right here that we get to experience and enjoy all of that. And so, in this spirit of being present to all of that, the true essence, the loving nature of who we are, I'd like to take us all into a bit of a meditation that will give us some opportunity to fully acknowledge and be in that loving goodness that we are. dear darling has written the little opening chant that we will be singing. Breathing in through your nose, exhaling slowly through your mouth, bringing awareness to your feet, and knowing that any tension and stress you feel can simply be released through the soles of your feet on your exhale. As you feel that releasing, feel the white light that surrounds you. Beautiful, soft, warm, white light. And as you breathe in that light, feel it travel into your lower legs and release any tension and stiffness. Just let it go from your lower legs. Next breath in, that beautiful white light travels into your upper legs. And any gripping or tension or tightness is just released and let go from your upper thighs. And as you breathe in and draw that white light into your hips, you feel your hips relax. Your stomach just release and let go as you breathe in and out. Everything's so soft and gentle inside, working so beautifully, without effort. And as you breathe in, see that white light traveling down your spine, filling the space between every vertebra with light, releasing tension in the discs and the joints, removing any energy blockages, just releasing and letting go. Breathing in, bring awareness to your throat and your neck. And as you breathe out, just allow tension to be released and let go from that area of your body. And your beautiful, beautiful face. Feel that white light soften it, like the sunlight will soften a candle. Your cheeks relaxing, your jaw relaxing. Even your forehead and eyes relax. Your whole body soft and relaxed. breathe that white light into your chest. And as that light swirls around your heart chakra begins to open like petals of a flower. It opens and the light swirls and turns a beautiful shade of green, radiating healing light. And as that light radiates from your heart, it calls forth the green ray of healing, a beautiful stream of green light that flows into your crown chakra through the top of your head and flows down and meets that beautiful energy in your heart. And together they combine and form this powerfully healing, radiating light that flows into your entire body and fills you with a soft, soothing, healing sense of releasing and letting go anything that needs to be released. Energy blockages, tension, stress, pain all float away as that green healing light fills you and begins to radiate beyond your body into your aura, flowing into that space all around you, releasing anything that's less than life enhancing, mending any holes, any imbalances, any fissures, any tears. Till in no time at all, your aura is this beautiful green glowing egg around your body, within your body. Feel it, appreciate it. Know that it's there for you now in this moment and every moment from this moment forward. You simply have to be in your heart. Remember the flowering of your heart into that beautiful green healing light and allow it to flow. Fill your body, fill the space around you. And now it will be time to leave this meditation and come back to this space. So when you feel ready, wiggle your fingers and toes. You may even hold your hands over your eyes before you open them so that you bring yourself back to the light in this room gently. And allow that feeling in your heart to stay with you as you travel through your day today. Thank you, God. I had no idea that song would be played before and after. I'm perfect. Beautifully orchestrated. Thank you, God.